you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
How long am I steak, chef? Good minute.
It's a phrase all too familiar to those working in hospitality.
Table 14 ready? Yeah, chef.
I'm Hannah Walters, and I play pastry chef Emily in the new BBC One drama Boiling Point.
You just need to calm down, it's not their fault.
I'm calm. I'm calm, Emily.
You're taking it out on them.
Having worked in the kitchen when I was younger, it was really helpful to have that experience, taking that onto the screen. Being in a kitchen environment is stressful, there's pressure, and at the end of the day, you are thoroughly exhausted.
More than 80% of hospitality workers admit to increased stress levels due to their job. I want to find out what help there is for those who do reach boiling point.
Okay, food in the lift.
15 years ago, the long hours and high pressure became too much for Chef Lee.
He had a great job, but it started off like a 12-hour day, then it was a 14-hour day. You don't eat well, because I'm feeling the stress, and I got down to just under 9 stone. I even took my young kids to work with me. Like, it was supposed to be my day off, and my best was never going to be good enough. I wanted to end it. There was something that stopped me doing it at the very last minute, and my wife just said, just walk away. From that point on, I went and handed in my notice, and it was like a weight had come off my shoulder.
Lee got help from the Burnt Chef Project, one of several organisations providing mental health support to hospitality staff.
You know what it's like to constantly be in the firing line when it comes down to stress.
Kris set up the project in 2019.
So the project was started from my own personal experience and not being able to open up. The shame and stigma associated with admitting that I had mental illness was so strong, it led me down quite a dark path. We provide a 24-hour text-based support service in the UK that's available for free 24 hours a day, even at 3 o'clock in the morning. A trained volunteer will get back to you in less than half an hour to talk to you about your own mental health. How often would we experience stress within our environments?
Every minute of the day.
Okay.
7 years ago, former operations manager Michelle wasn't coping well working in a high-pressured restaurant.
I wasn't dealing with stress in a way that was healthy. I was blocking it out with alcohol, with drugs. I lost my job, and the reason it was so difficult for me was because I'd lost my job for something that everyone around me was doing. And we have to start looking at how we treat alcohol and drug use.
Earlier this year, Gary benefited from the project's peer support service.
I've been in hospitality for over 25 years now. Started working in kitchens when I was 13.
Do you enjoy it?
I love it. It's a way of life. We work in such a social environment. We're paid to say yes. There's still that stigma. It's almost like we're on stage.
What's your own experience of mental health?
I had 2 close family bereavements within the space of 3 weeks, and that was almost like the trigger that sort of made everything explode. The Burnt Chef was great because I could drop them a text and I could have a conversation over WhatsApp. 6 months ago, I would never have dreamt about sitting here or even talking to anybody.
Back in the kitchen, I've been roped into helping Lee with the dinner time rush.
Do you know, I didn't have to do any vegetables for Boiling Point. I am a pastry chef.
Nailed it. You're hired.
Lee is in a much better place now, having found support, and wants his colleagues to speak up if they are feeling the heat.
Years ago, I wouldn't have known who to even turn to, and now I know who to signpost people to turn to so they can get that advice and just have someone to listen to.
It's hospitality, it's being hospitable, but sometimes that's at the detriment of the worker themselves. When I worked in the hospitality industry, this kind of thing just wasn't available. I would have actually accessed something like this myself back then, but it is now, and it's a wonderful thing.